My husband kept insisting there was no intruder in our house, and he was right. She wasn't an intruder at all. She was something much worse. I dropped my suitcase in the hallway and whispered to my husband Carl, "Honey, I think there's someone in our house." He continued scrolling through his phone completely unbothered. "You're just tired from the flight." He patted the spot beside him on the living room couch, but I heard it again. A small shuffling sound. "Carl, I'm serious. I think there's someone in our room." I kept my voice low. He gripped my elbow tight, stopping me from climbing up the steps. "My cutie cakes, you've been traveling for 3 days straight working. You're exhausted. Just take a rest on the couch for a bit." But then I heard the sound of glass shattering and knew it wasn't just my imagination. "Stay here if you want, but I'm checking it out right now." I sprinted upstairs and started with our walk-in closet. Everything looked normal except for my lingerie drawer, which clearly had signs that it was tampered with, and glass on the bathroom floor, but no intruder. But as I moved to check under the bed, the door slammed shut behind me. I jumped and Carl appeared in the doorway. "It's just the wind. The window's probably open." But there was no draft, no breeze. I glanced at the window and noticed it was shut. I bent down and grabbed the baseball bat we kept beside the nightstand. Carl's eyes went wide. "What are you doing? If someone's really here, we should call the police." Call the police? They couldn't even find my own son's killer years ago. I didn't need them. Besides, I was confident. My entire family learned karate growing up. I wasn't afraid of a random lingerie thief breaking into my home. I stepped into the hallway and immediately noticed the rug near the guest room had been moved, just slightly, like someone had rushed past it. I went room by room, office, guest room, bathroom, all clear. One room left. Carl grabbed my arm roughly. "Please just stop before someone gets hurt. Let me handle this," he begged. But before I could answer, I saw her, a blonde woman sprinting down the stairs. "Stop!" I got to the bottom and immediately started searching from room to room, holding the bat over my shoulder, ready to strike. I searched the living room, kitchen, dining room, then I heard movement in the garage. I took one step in and scanned the room carefully. Warning, I know you're here. Come out slowly before I beat the crap out of you for breaking into my home. No response. But after scanning the room again, I managed to spot her feet sticking out from under the parked car. "I can see you. Get out of there now." The woman listened, but instead of giving up, she bolted past me to the back door, but the knob had gotten stuck, so she ran for the front door. Her hands shook as she screamed and sobbed, working at the triple lock setup. When she finally got it open, it was too late. She made it 2 steps onto the front porch before I tackled her. We both hit the ground hard. The baseball bat rolled across the concrete with us. That's when she screamed, "Carl, tell her to get off me." I blinked at her, all the anger replaced with surprise. Carl, who was standing in the doorway, turned completely white while he thought about who to help. The woman thrashed under me, screaming again, "Carl, please!" I loosened my grip and stared at her. "How do you know my husband's name?" She didn't answer, just looked at Carl with these desperate eyes, pleading eyes, like she expected him to save her. And that's when everything clicked into place. Carl's dismissive attitude, constantly insisting I just go to sleep, the panicked look when I insisted on finding the intruder, even the way he kept trying to stop me from searching. "Oh my God," I said, standing and stumbling away from the two of them. "You were having an affair, and you made her wear my clothes?" I pointed at the bright red lingerie the blonde woman was wearing. It was sickening. "How long, Carl?" I asked sharply. The woman sat up, shaking. "It just happened tonight. I swear. It was just a stupid mistake, and I know I should have just come out instead of giving chase, but I was scared. This was my first really bad decision," she explained, wiping her eyes. "I'm so sorry." I looked at Carl, at this man I'd been married to for 8 years who still hadn't apologized. I almost laughed at the way he couldn't meet my eyes. I looked at her more closely. She was much younger, cute, but the look in her eyes was far from innocent. They were cold and calculating, so I asked the question that had been bugging me the entire time. "If you were just here for an affair, why do you have a knife in the pocket of your jacket?" Suddenly, her entire expression changed. The embarrassment vanished. Then she grinned and kicked me square in the chest, making me fall backward onto the porch. "Oh, this little thing?" she asked, pulling it out for Carl to see too. "I call this thing vendetta. Would you like to know why?" She giggled. Full story on channel linked below.